So for a long while Sir Lancelot rode, he knew not whither. But after a while he found himself in the forest, not far away from the cell of the hermit of the forest. And he beheld the hermit of the forest, that he stood in an open plat of grass in front of his cell, and that he was feeding the wild birds of the woodlands. For the little creatures were gathered in great multitudes about him, some resting upon his head, some upon his shoulders, and some upon his hands. And a wild doe and a fawn of the forest browsed near by, and all was full of peace and good content. But at the coming of Sir Lancelot, all those wild creatures took alarm. The birds they flew chirping away, and the doe and the fawn they fled away into the thickets of the forest. For they wit, by some instinct, that a man of sin and sorrow was coming thitherward. Wherefore they were afeared, and fled away in that wise. But Sir Lancelot thought nothing of this, but leapt from his horse, and ran to the hermit, and flung himself down upon the ground before him, and embraced him by the feet. And the hermit was greatly astonished, and said, What ails thee, Sir Lancelot? Whereunto Sir Lancelot cried out, Woe is me! Woe is me! I have sinned very grievously, and have been grievously punished, and now my heart is broken. Then the hermit perceived that some great misfortune had befallen Sir Lancelot, wherefore he lifted Sir Lancelot to his feet, and after that brought him into his cell. And after they were in the cell together, he said, Now tell me what ails thee, Sir Lancelot, for I believe that in telling me thou shalt find a great deal of ease. So Sir Lancelot confessed everything to the hermit, yes, everything to the very bottom of his soul, and the good holy man hearkened to him. Then after Sir Lancelot had said all that lay upon his heart, the hermit sat for a while in silence, communing with his spirit. And after a while he said, Messire, God telleth me that if thy sin has been grievous, so also has thy punishment been full sore. Wherefore, meseemeth, I speak what God would have me say, when I tell thee that, though neither thou nor any man may undo that which is done, nor recommit that which is committed, yet there is this, which thou or any man mayeth do. Thou mayest bathe thy soul in repentance, as in a bath of clear water. For repentance is not remorse, but something very different from remorse. And that having so bathed thyself, thou mayest clothe thyself as in a fresh raiment of new resolve. So bathed and so clad, thou mayest stand once more upon thy feet, and mayest look up to God and say, Lo, God, I am thy handiwork. I have sinned and have done great evil, yet I am still thy handiwork, who has made me what I am. So though I may not undo that which I have done, yet I may, with thy aid, do better hereafter than I have done so heretofore. For every man may sin, and yet again may sin. Yet still is he God's handiwork, and still God is near by his handiwork to aid him ever to a fresh endeavor to righteousness. So though thou hast sinned, thou art still the creation of God, and may yet do his will in the world, who has sent thee hither. Then Sir Lancelot wept, and he said, There is much comfort in thy words. After that he abode for 3 days in the cell of the hermit, and in the end of that time he went forth again into the world, a broken yet a contrite man, and one full of a strong resolve to make good the life that God thenceforth intended him to live.